Michael Jackson, hailed as the king of pop globally, crafted a public persona during his lifetime. This image included his music, stage acts, clothing choices, and what he referred to as short films, that is, his music videos. Jackson's gentle, high-pitched tone of voice also contributed to this persona for many people. Nonetheless, individuals who interacted with Jackson in person and had an acquaintance with him claimed that the tone of voice that the public knew was not his genuine speaking voice. As Jackson grew up, he portrayed a family-friendly image that resonated with kids. He candidly spoke about his lost childhood and expressed a desire to remain youthful, which contributed to his Peter Pan persona. Jackson's distinctive high-pitched speaking voice, much like his dance style and glittery glove, became an iconic aspect of his persona. However, there is assumption that his voice may have been artificially modified. Multiple individuals who were personally acquainted with Jackson have disclosed that the gentle tone of his voice, which he used in public, was not reflective of his true way of speaking in private. In 2005, Jackson's musical director, Sam Brown III, informed VH1 that Jackson's public persona was not his authentic self, and recounted a time when he spoke with Jackson on the phone and was unaware it was him because he was using his natural and deeper voice. Similarly, during an appearance on Larry King Live in 2002, Jackson's friends Liza Minnelli and David Guest shared a comparable account, with Guest stating that people were unaware of the real Jackson, who did not speak in the manner he presented in public. Minnelli was always convinced that Jackson's high-pitched voice was genuine. She recounted to King an incident when she answered a phone call and heard Jackson talking with Guest using his natural voice, which surprised her greatly. Minnelli exclaimed to Jackson that she had caught him, having suspected him of using a fake voice all these years. Both Minnelli and Guest speculated that Jackson had developed a persona as a defense mechanism against the public's prying eyes. They assumed that he created a barrier between himself and the outside world by presenting a particular image, allowing him to be himself only in private. Minnelli opined that Jackson had been the target of unkind remarks, and as a result, he had erected walls around himself to safeguard his true self from the public. She further added that the Jackson she knew was an average person, despite the media's portrayal of him. During an interview in 2005, Lisa Marie Presley was discussing her marriage to Jackson with Oprah Winfrey. Winfrey recalled her first encounter with the singer, which occurred when she was preparing for a live television interview with him in 1993. She mentioned that when she met Jackson in person, he spoke to her in a normal voice. Presley agreed and talked about how her initial impression of Jackson differed from his public persona. During Jackson's 2005 trial for child abuse, Diane Diamond of Court TV, who was present at the scene reporting on the trial, claimed that she heard Jackson speak in a low, deep voice. According to Diamond, when Jackson was given bad news or angered, his voice would deepen largely. Piers Morgan is among the reporters who argue that they heard Michael Jackson's lower voice. During a telephone interview with Jackson, Morgan noticed that the singer's tone changed significantly when he discussed charity and children, adopting a soft and high-pitched voice. This unique behavior led Morgan to hide suspicions about Jackson's character. Also, when the conversation shifted to business matters, Jackson's voice became deeper, and he appeared to be a completely different person. Morgan found this behavior strange, as it revealed Jackson's multifaceted personality, which varied according to the topic of discussion. Jackson was known for his reserved personality and infrequent interviews, but there were occasions where he publicly spoke in a noticeably deeper tone. During his halftime performance at the 1993 Super Bowl, Jackson addressed the audience in a deeper register than he typically used, just before singing "Heal the World." Similarly, when performing "In the Closet" during the History World Tour in 1996, Jackson's voice was notably deeper during the song's spoken word interludes, which was a departure from his usual speaking voice. In the introduction to his short film You Rock My World, Jackson had a different tone of voice, appearing at ease enough with Chris Tucker to speak in a lower register. In his Invincible album, Jackson featured a song called 2000 Watts, where he sang in a very deep bass vocal. After Jackson's passing, the court trials disclosed several revelations, including an audio recording played in court. In the clip, Jackson's speaking voice was barely recognizable, as it was extremely deep, to the point where most people would not recognize him. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this.